think one of the big challenges that a lot of you face, and do correct me if you feel differently, is about how do we scale up the business? How do we build a robust business? You know, some of you, and the gentleman who was talking about a 109-year-old company, have expertise in one area of business, but the real challenge is how do I go beyond that? How do I build a business that can go beyond the few people who are running it? If you look at a company like ours, like a company like Vodafone, we employ about close to in India about 15,000 people, and we provide the same level of service all across the country. And to build an organization, to run an organization of that kind, and I think that's the key thing. If you're looking at building robust organization, whether it's about people, whether it's about anything, whether it's about business development, it's about the ability to have the right kind of systems and processes that work across every single touch point of your organization. That individual person is what a lot of SME organizations today are, because that's the entrepreneur who has started the business, right? But that business can only work or can only go as far. To go beyond, it's really about building the systems and building the processes. So I want you to start looking at your organization a bit differently. Okay, typically you look at organizations as either departments or people and so on. I want you to start looking at your organizations as processes, and now take a fresh look at your organization. So there are multiple processes that connect your organization, whether it be if you're a manufacturing company, there is a purchasing process by which you're buying raw materials. There is a conversion process by which you are converting the raw material in some kind of finished goods. There are inventory management processes where you manage your inventory across raw materials all the way to finished goods. And of course, there's a sales process, and there is a billing process, and there's a collection process. So if you start looking at your organizations like that, and it applies to any organization, whether it's a service organization. So you have to have service, you have to have processes by which you ensure that the right quality of service is created at a point in time. Now I start building intelligence on this network. See, it's a bit like, it's a bit like, let's say, how blood circulates in your body. It's a network like that, right? Now I start building intelligence on this network. Okay, I start building intelligence. I give a set of people, I give them smartphones. Okay, another set of people, I give them computers, and I connect them to my network. A third set of people, I give them smartphones, and I give them access to my internal networks from an outside location. So I'm gradually building intelligence, right? I start measuring their interactions. In the service example, for example, that we were talking about just a while back, I could have a situation where the customer provides me feedback, and that feedback is instantly disseminated through my network. So to the extent where the person who has provided that service to that individual can get instant feedback about the service that they have provided, right? So I'm gradually building more and more intelligence on my network. I would provide connectivity to that location, which is virtual connectivity through a lease line or through internet or whatever else. We would have smart devices which would be available with the nursing home staff so that they could get MIS from this software at any point in time. And of course, you would have, remember what I told you about the SMS network, the basic network that runs across any organization, and we would build that network for the organization. We would add many other sort of attendant products, if I may say, which are things like, we have something called a location tracker, which allows you to track your ambulances and other critical staff at any point in time, and so on and so forth. So what you have really is a complete network that is available to that nursing home to do their business. And what it meant for them was that now suddenly, instead of trying to find out how many people are there in my waiting room, or how many beds are occupied at any point in time, what is my turnaround time for a bed, when a patient moves out of the nursing home, how much time does it take for me to process their bills and so on, all that information is available. Typically, in the pilot phase, nursing homes reported as much as a 30 to 40% increase in profits. Not just, because, it was not about growing top line. It was really about, increasing efficiency in this particular case. But of course, as the turnaround time was better, as things got better, they were able to create more, room space, if I may use that word. And hence they were able to fill up rooms faster and so on and so forth. So finally, it did result in an increase in top line too. But 30 to 40% increase in profits is by any standards a fantastic feat. But that's the kind of things that technology and information can do for you. It allows you to scale up your business. I mean, in this particular case, in this nursing home example that I'm giving you, should the owner of the nursing home want to set up a nursing home in, let's say, Akola, I mean, all he has to do is to, take this package and they're ready to go as far as the network is concerned, as far as the IT and systems network is concerned. Of course, you still need the doctors, you need the retail space, you need all the other stuff. I mean, that obviously we don't do. But it allows you to scale up because it allows you now to, even if you have a nursing home in Akola and you have one in Bombay, it allows you to manage both the nursing homes from one location. So it gives me the flexibility to be present, virtually of course, in all the locations where I have my business. But that's how technology builds up there, that's how technology scales up. And most importantly, it allows me to ensure that at any place my processes are being followed and they are robust enough for me to intervene should any of the processes drop below a certain quality standard, right? I hope I've been able to make that example come alive in your mind. In any case, we can sort of discuss it in more detail later. Having said that, there are many challenges that people face in doing that. And one of the big challenges is actually around cost, because all of this is not free. Okay, there's a certain amount of expense that this requires.